First time at the GIPC conference. The main reason I'm here is thanks to my colleague Prabhuda Ganguly, who is on the editorial board of World Patent Information, of which I'll tell you a little bit more in a minute. Now, the other sessions, this last session ran over a little bit, and indeed we're about 20 minutes behind. So in order to keep to time and to allow us all time for discussion at the end, because we really do hope to have some discussion and debate, we're going to strictly keep the speakers to 7 minutes. And if I could ask all of you to keep any questions you have until the end, and I hope you do have questions and comments, then that would be great. I guess I should have been called a moderator and speaker. I'm just going to say a few words, and Prabhuda, please do keep me absolutely to 7 minutes or less. Thank you. So this is what the session is about: patent information. And I understand that this is the first time a patent information session has been organised for the GIPC conference. So the primary purpose of the conference is to talk about everything to do with patents and legal, and we all need to have access to the patent documents. And speaking to somebody yesterday, talking to them about the session, they said, well, but surely it's all available now. Where's the problem? Well, I think the speakers that we've got lined up here are going to outline some of the problems and some of the solutions that they have to these allow us access and allow us to do the analysis that we need for the applications, by applications meaning business applications, that we need to use the patents for. And you'll see I've put in big letters at the end, debate. So I hope we're going to have time for a enlivened discussion at the end. So the main reason that I've been invited to join the conference is not because of my business, extracts information, but because of my work at World Patent Information. World Patent Information has, as its name suggests, information at its heart. So we publish articles, peer-reviewed articles, on everything to do with industrial property, documentation, statistics, classification, uses of information. It's been going since 1979, so predates by some time the internet age. So you can see there's always been a strong interest in finding as much as possible out about patent information. Patent information is about 90% of the journal, but I'm very interested to receive articles, and as is my co-chair, Suzanne Hantos, we are very interested to receive articles on any aspect of industrial property, information, usage, practice, and research. I have some flyers about the journal, so if anyone wants to pick one up, please do so at the end. I won't tell you anything about my own business in the interest of time, but only to say, oh dear, my animation. Is this the PDF? Do you have the animations? No, okay, well, not to worry. What I wanted to show here is why information is an issue. Mostly when on the legal side, you want to get a prior art search, which give you maybe 10 documents to look at, not many more. Well, when you're searching, as I'm sure most people here know, you need to look through millions of documents. You can see the slide. The figure that's hiding at the back shows the number of applications published worldwide. About half of those 2 million are coming from China. So we have multilingual aspects to access to information to deal with. Also wanted to show you, this is from the WIPO statistics, the latest IP figures available, also referred to yesterday, that, China has many publications. India is also now entering the spheres of top publishing offices, and that's another reason why we from World Patent Information wanted to come to India to meet all our authors and to find out more about the Indian patent information and IP scene. So that's some of the volume issues of access and the language issues of access that we have to confront to do our work in IP. The information is derived from the patent documents, and I think it's just worth remembering that all of the millions of documents put together come from individual patent specifications filed at the offices. I also wanted to say a little bit about the chain of information. We've got representatives here from professional, commercial, industrial patent information providers who are going to talk to us about their wares. The initial documents, of course, are provided by the patent offices for free. If you want to do something more sophisticated than just look at a couple of things, you're going to want to look at probably professional tools. And in my opinion, and we can debate this later, because of the volume, specialist sources are becoming more and more important for patent information. So in India, we've got the MC pairs database, which takes the office data and makes it into a product for commercial usage. And there's also a trend in the industry at the moment to have databases for a specific subject. So we have somebody from CAS who's going to talk to us about chemical searching. There's a couple of new initiatives, including one in the public, bringing chemical data into the public domain from the Shaw Kemble database from the EBI. And in the journal, we've recently published an article about the Cambia database on biotechnology, where they've taken the genetic information, genetic sequences filed in patents, and turn that around so that you can now look up all of the patents which publish part of the sequences, say, for a mouse. So I'm expecting to see more innovations in access to information on those following those lines, where we see specialist databases to provide more in-depth access. Most of the applications that we need to answer really come down to answering the questions of who did what, where, and often with who. And that's what we need to find out, and the databases need to help us address more thoroughly from the metadata. But of course, not all of the data that we're interested in is on the patent specification itself. And with intellectual property information, it's also dynamic. So it's not only as it was published on the specification in 2014, the information that we need might have been published last week. It might be a legal status event. It might be an owner change. All of that data is compiled by information providers and patent offices to allow us to make our work more professionally. There's lots of analysis tools available, but very often we still end up working with basic tools like Excel to put our points across. So I'm hoping that there'll be some discussion on visualization tools and how to look at vast tracts of data, data mining. That's the other trend that I'm seeing at the moment that is going to be important in patent information and probably is going to change the way we do things. The availability of data, much more coherent data from the patent offices, and linking that through linked data with commercial registers to find out about the company names and name changes. Most of the applications that patent information has traditionally been put to are around the business and legal side of patenting, but increasingly patents are being used to answer more business questions, and new ways of looking at the data are available based on the PatStat data from the European Patent Office, where we can analyse very large numbers of patents, not by looking at the technical, but by looking at the classifications. Now, I'm going to finish to keep us on time.